All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are you today? I want to ask you, how has your classwork been coming on? I believe the fire is already on the mountain, isn't it? Now the projects are all running. Assignments have heated up. So many of our pre-graduation activities have kicked in. So indeed, now we are all very busy. We are all very, very busy. Just like I told us, sincerely speaking, it's going to continue until just for a few more days. So I will ask you to give it your best shot. Please give it your best shot. We are starting the class very early today because we had something new we needed to share with you, along with a lot of announcements that are on our plate. And I will quickly dive into the class. We are waiting because we promised we're going to start at exactly 10 minutes to. But the truth there is that I'm a mentor to several startup entrepreneurs. Even with fairly established entrepreneurs, I have discovered that this question remains a nagging pain in the course of their work. My goods are not selling. My goods are not selling. How do I get my goods sold? Where are my customers? I can't seem to find them. I don't know where they are. Most people I approach, the answers I get has continually been no, no, no. So today we'll be looking at a very new topic. This is the first time this is being taught in Dsap. In fact, this is the first time I am handling this. I've never read this anywhere. But when the Lord started impressing it in my spirit to actually do a little write-up on it, I started doing it a couple of days ago. And then just about two days ago, it came into my spirit I should just make a small presentation out of it for you guys today. So we shall be looking at how to identify and attract potential customers. I think the first thing to do actually is to ask, who is a customer? Until you understand who a customer is, it becomes difficult to know how to identify them and attract them. So here we discover here that customer is any individual or organization that purchases goods or services from a business. So until a person purchases goods from you, he or she or the organization is not your customer. So but today we are looking at potential customers. That means we're looking for those individuals and organizations that will purchase goods and services from our business, from our companies. So the truth there is that if that is the problem that every entrepreneur has, what is the way forward? It is a dry land. It's an ocean that has maze that you cannot get out of the loop. The more many try, the less result they get. So today we'll be looking at the ways we can identify who our customers are, and then understand how we can attract them. You see, the moment you identify your customer, everything about your business changes. The first point here is that you need to clearly upfront determine who, which target market are you going to face. There is a need to define your target market. There is a need to define your target market. Sorry, I am having these things interfere with my page so that you can see the top, all right? I believe you can see the up now, right? You must define your target market. You must define the market space. You must, until you define it, you can't even understand the ecosystem of that market. So what does it mean to define your market? You must determine the characteristics of your ideal customer. When you define a market, then it is then you begin to identify the characteristics of the customers within that market. Okay, what are some of the characteristics that you can look out for? You look at the demographics. What are they, male or female? Are they old or young? Okay, are they working class or business owners? Are they employees or employers? Where do they stay? What region, what location do they stay? Each and every, what kind of interest do they have? What kind of problem, what kind of needs do they have? Until you are able to identify or determine some of these characteristics, you won't even know who your customer is. Talk less of knowing where you can find them. Define your target market first. Sorry, guys. This morning is a bit clumsy. I have this screen. It's interfering a lot with my screen. It's not allowing me to scroll. If I put it up, that's only when I can scroll, and it blocks the headings of my presentation. All right. Okay, so immediately you have been able to determine your target market. The next thing then is to create your buyer personas. You have to create the image, a fictitious image in your head or in your mind, or on your draft paper of who that customer will be. Like I said, you can use some of those characteristics we have seen under determining your market. Are you going to target those customers who are young, who are agile, who are employed, who are or newly married, or new mothers, or about to be married? Okay, are you going to deal with the elderly, those who are 60 years and above? You create your own persona. You know, I remembered one of the real privileges I had when this Dsap Christian Center was creating their own buyer persona. Who is a typical Dsap person? Those of us who are in Dsap will remember the then Lagos Angie and Lagos. You remember the next? Andy and Angie. Lagos Andy and Lagos Angie. And then we said there were people who were, I mean, within young, upwardly mobile young men and women. Those days we were young men and women within that age bracket. But now many of us are out of that bracket. So you create your own buyer persona. Who would they be? Would they be the aged? Would they be the youth? Would they be the young men? Would they be those within 30 and 45? Or would they be those within 60 and upwards? Would they be children? Because whatever image you create of your buyer persona affects every other thing you do. How you produce your product, how you package it, how you market it, the channel you use to reach them, the frequency at which you reach them, okay? Even the platforms you use in reaching them will all be affected by this creation. So it is your buyer persona, it's a decision. Just like your target market, it's a decision you have to make. Is then when you have identified these buyers, when you have created these personas, you now begin to ask yourself, within the market I have chosen, how can I locate them? Where will they be? What are their needs? What are their tastes? What kind of fashion do they belong to? And every other thing that has to do with their lives. At some point, you begin to talk about, how about their children? How about those whose children are now about to enter school? If you're in fashion design, you sew for them. You know, when they have children, you sew baby wears. If your business accommodates that, or you can add that to your business. If it is like cake, all right, it determines which of them. You cannot make cake for a 30-year-old and you're talking about putting ginger and garlic in it. You will eat it yourself. But if you're making cake for the elderly, in fact, from 45 and above, when people begin to get health conscious, it becomes very important to check what is important to their health and what is not. So you must develop a detailed buyer persona representing your ideal customers. These profiles, they should include things like age, gender, job title, the kind of their pain points and their goals. All these profiles, your target should be their pain point. Your services, your product and services should be targeted at their pain points and their goals. They said anywhere you drop honey, ants must approach. So when you know the characteristic of, we already know the characteristics of ants, okay? Wherever you drop honey, they will come uninvited. They will be drawn. Honey is like a magnet to ants. So you will find out that your solutions to their pain points, okay, will be an attraction to them. So if you do not have customer, it's because whatever you're doing is not addressing a class of people, okay, a defined customer within a defined target market, or even when you have done that, you have not tailored your product to meet their needs. Gentlemen, I'll be flipping this up and down so that I will be able to go. All right. Okay, the next is, now after you have created this, the question now is that how do you locate them? Research the market. Research the market. Okay? Research the market. Conduct market research to gather data and insights about these potential customers. You could use surveys, you could use personal interviews, or even online research organizations. You can contract that out. This is the kind of customer I need. This is the kind of market they are. How can I locate them? See, your target market could be, like I said before, men within 45 and men within 25 and 45 years old. So the fact that is your market does not mean that if your business is in Kano, that you can have them. But even if when your business is in Kano, if you able through research to discover that these men and women are in Lagos, now your next challenge will be, how do I reach them? How do I reach them through communication? How do I, when they are interested in my product, how do I make sure that the product gets to them? After you have done that, the next opportunity you have is to analyze your competition. Analyze your competition. Study your competitors. Study what they are doing. Study their customer base. Okay? Normally, when you study the customer base, you will understand the overlaps with the target market, with the overlap of your market with your own target market. And when you find the customers who's a competitor, somebody who is delivering the same product or a similar product as you're delivering, so it's very likely you will have the same customers. All right. So if you're able to use your competitors' position, locate their customer. I mean, now it could be done through espionage. There are organizations who do that. Like I mentioned, online research organizations. There are organizations whose business it is. They know how to conduct such research. They will locate the customer base of every organization. And now from there, they will see from the report, you will see the behavior of those customers. Some of them, there's a particular season in the year when they buy. There's a particular season in the year when they buy. When you talk about Black Friday, in places like Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kaduna, and some other very important metropolis in Nigeria, you will likely make sales if you are located in those areas. But when you're talking about Black Friday in very remote towns like Mubi, like Oyomesi, like any of those remote areas, those villages. Oh, because you love people in that area. I want to target my product. I want to target them with my product during Black Friday. They're not going to buy from you because they don't even know what Black Friday is to start with. So you can get this information when you analyze your competitors' database. It will tell you, because if you are new in the business, for instance, you don't have customers yet, this is a go-to place. These are already made market. You can locate them. You can find the way the organizations, your competitors are not serving them, the loopholes in their service, and you lash on it. With that, you move forward. All right. When you have done this, the question now is again, okay, you know the target market you're interested in, you know the customer persona, you have the buyer persona, you have created it, you have defined their profile. Okay, but how do you reach them? Because there must be contact. There must be contact. There must, whether physical or visual, virtual, sorry, or through other means of communication. You must reach these people for them to know you and know what you have. They said winking at a lady in the dark is a waste of time because she won't even see what you're doing. So it's very important you must develop network abilities. You'll be ready to attend industry events where those your defined customers, the profile of the people you are targeting could be found. I don't say attend every conference. No, you don't need to attend every conference or every seminar. But target the ones where you will likely meet those people. After the event, network with people. Some of you are in Dsap. You don't network with your people. You don't network with people. Hello, how are you doing? My name is Pastor Paul. What do you do outside this program? How did you get here? That's the way to chat somebody up. The person begin to tell you things about them. Oh, hey, I love the question you asked. I love the way you made that explanation. I love this. Thank you for asking this question that was on my mind. You can simply send a colleague of yours, a classmate of yours, such a message, and that is how communication will start. You network. Engage with people. Your network is your net worth. If I want to evaluate and measure your net worth, I will first ask about your network. So please attend industry event, okay? Join relevant online communities and networks, okay, to identify the potential customers who share an interest in your product or service. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can also locate these people through use of online tools. There are several online tools that some will cost you money, others will not cost you anything. You can utilize social media platforms. Many of us have a WhatsApp account. Many of us have even YouTube channels. Many of us have a Facebook. Many of us have Twitter and now X and Instagram. The truth there is, you have all these things and you don't even commune with them. That's your community. Use the tools. You can use SEO. SEO, that is search engine optimization. Every time you have a website, please, even now, there are, once you make payment, once you have business Facebook now, you are expected to include some you're expected to optimize, okay, your search engine opportunities. You're expected to put some keywords. They provide you a space where you can put on some keywords that has to do either with your business or with your products. All right. So anytime anybody goes online to search anything about any of those keywords, either your product or your business or your website will pop up before them. Once you are in the faces of people, they'll begin to ask what you carry. What do you carry? All right. We can also use advertisements, online advertisement. Currently we have platforms like Google Ads. You have Facebook or even Twitter. You can advertise. I'm sure if you go to Facebook now, scroll through your home, you will see unsolicited advertisements. Adverts coming in on your page. Sometimes you are forced to click some of them either knowingly or mistakenly. You click on them. Some of them will catch your interest and you check what they have. Okay, these are opportunities with which you can use to locate your customers. Your customers exist. The truth there is that everybody is not your customer and every market is not your market. That's why you need to be deliberate. All we are learning today is how to be deliberate, how to locate our customers where they are, how to be able to identify them when we meet them, and then how to tailor everything about our product and our services to meet their needs. Because that is why we're in business. You're not in business to just bake cake. No, you're in business to bake cake that somebody will buy. The next is content marketing. It's another opportunity to reach out to people. Content marketing. Do you know that you can attract customers by writing on part of your product? Take for instance now, you are baking cake. All right. You can begin to write on, you can research and write on titles like healthy cake. Okay, creamier cake. Give them a name, give them flamboyant, sexy names. I beg your pardon, because I'm aware I'm addressing a general audience. Okay, those names that are fanciful, those names you can tag yours. All right, you use that. You write up articles. Anybody that has experience, anybody that has knowledge about my pain, is very likely one day I will ask him, do you have any of these solutions? So when you know the healthy cake to bake, the healthy bread, you're writing on healthy bread, unhealthy pastries. What are the things you look out for? What are the things to avoid? All right. Most of us don't know. There are meat pie and chicken pie. ordinarily, and even pineapple pie, they are different. There are reasons why you can choose one over the other. So people who write about them usually attract people to themselves. Attract people to themselves. Write or look for content that are written. There's a story I will tell us, maybe as I'm rounding up. I will share a story with us about a friend of mine, experience a friend of mine had a couple of years ago. I will get to that after this particular step. The next one is email marketing. That's also where you can reach them. You can write email to a host of people. Now, let me tell you, it is a common knowledge that our emails are in the public domain. So if you want email of everybody within Ikeja, who's resident in Ikeja, whose system, whose IP address of their system is resident in Ikeja, you can get them. You can get those emails. If you want emails of everybody on the island or in a segment of the island, if that is where your target market is, okay, you can even search. Men and women who work in oil companies, who work in this, they can get you the emails. So your emails are targeted at them. You see now that the way you're going to consult those emails will be strictly to address their pain points. So when you will send bulk emails, it doesn't cost you anything. Maybe, or unless you're signed up to an app, email app, okay, you can use that as well because of other facilities and utilities that are provided. Otherwise, any of the general email provider, your service provider can serve if you don't have the resources to pay for any application. Send emails. Send emails in 50s and 60s, targeting people. But you have to invest on getting those emails, all right? Or there are ways you can, like, I mentioned before that you can through content marketing. Sometimes when you do content marketing, give a call to action. Ask people to sign up, okay? Sign up with you. Sometimes you can write a small ebook that you can share free and tell people before they can collect to collect this free ebook on the title that you're writing, they should apply here. Application is just put your name and your email. What are you doing? You are collecting email. You're causing people to sign up email. That one is better, all right, to do. Because people have given you their emails voluntarily, which means that they know you. But even when you buy emails, which is not legal anyway, but I'm not sure that anybody has proven anywhere around us here that is illegal, but I know people do it. I've been approached by some people in the past, and I told them I wasn't interested. All right, that I would rather grow my system organically. So when you use content marketing, sometimes you create a website, continue to write consistently, continue to write on your social media account consistently. People will begin to read them. Sometimes you go to people, okay, I want to tell that story before I forget it. It just came to my spirit again. I had a friend of mine a couple of years ago who, for some reason, I kept hearing him talk about what her name, Linda Ikeji. He doesn't like Linda Ikeji. This lady is just too much on gossip. Wouldn't she see something else to do? And I said, look at this lady you're complaining about. She has 1 million followers. Do you know that's a lot of money? For Linda Ikeji, that's a lot of money. Companies are approaching her to advertise a small portion of advert on her page, on her blog page. Organizations are paying heavy. We knew in politics they also use them because different political parties were posting messages on their platforms. My friend was complaining that, he was focused on the content of the gossip. He forgot other opportunities. I told him, see, I've learned over the years that prejudice is a blindfold. It will blindfold you against opportunities that are obviously before you, but you can't see them. So I told him, maybe God is telling you something. And I told him, I said, see, because he's a friend of mine, but he's somebody junior, somebody I am mentoring. So I told him, now, I am asking you, make a day in a week where you will go to Linda Ikeji's page and read up things. I don't know, but I believe God is going to lead you to something. Normally, prejudice is usually the tool of the enemy to stop us from extending further to reap what God is providing, God intends to provide for us. So I told him, break that blindfold of prejudice. Go to Linda Ikeji's page, her blog page, and read up things. You must get some other things that are not just, sometimes it is people's comments. I told him, do you know that most of your business is supposed to target celebrities, okay? Celebrities are all over the place, but you cannot find them in one place. But you can find them on Linda Ikeji. It's a page. It's Linda Ikeji's, whenever they comment, whenever anybody makes a comment, you collect, if you're there, you can access that person's page. You can respond to anybody. On any page, you can respond to anybody. And you also know, if you go there now, a lot of people are making comments. And when you make comments that are very interesting, people are meant to go to your page to find out who you are. What do you do? What do you sell? What do you market? What do you produce? Okay, so I told him to do that. Reluctantly, he agreed because he said, Pastor P, I'm going to do this because God has used it to speak into my life severally. I don't like this lady. I don't even like the idea of going to her page. I know I'm going on a journey of unhappiness. I said, be unhappy, but go there and get your eyes opened. That was the witness I had, and I told him. Luckily enough, he obeyed. After a couple of 2 or 3 months, he just observed something. He said there's a guy who is always advertising cars. Each time the guy ships in new cars, he advertises them on Linda Ikeji. He's not when in those places, in those areas where you make responses, he will make response and he will post something there. It was cheap advert. He didn't need Linda Ikeji's approval. He didn't pay money to Linda Ikeji because Linda Ikeji is not the one who generated that. It's on the comment section. And those who are reading comment will usually see. The guy said he saw a guy, that guy who's always doing that marketing thing there. That's how the guy was marketing all the fanciful cars, all the sports cars he was importing to the country. And this, my friend, said, that thing caught his attention. His curiosity was just whipped up. I said, then you can do the same. You can do the same. Advertise your product. Long story short, a few months down the line, this guy got 3 different contracts from a contract, rather. 3 different contracts, massive contracts in 6 figures and above, all right, from contacts that he met on Linda Ikeji. Why Linda Ikeji's product was not good for him? He doesn't like gossip. But Linda Ikeji was attracting some people. My friend did not realize that Linda Ikeji was a platform for him to meet his own client because he had defined his buyer persona. He can't find them anywhere as much as he can find them on Linda Ikeji. His target is celebrities. And now the guy has met one to the other. Funny enough, now he even developed another business now, a small business, because he made a couple of them now. He developed he did what they call makeup artistry, and now he has a small business where they make up these people. It's a different business, different from the one he originally took him to Linda Ikeji's school, by which he met these people. Now the guy's business is growing. Why? Because he took advantage of online opportunities to reach his customers. So you can send email, even on your email as well. If you send them hard copied email, some apps can give you opportunity to put a few adverts. It could be the image of your product. It could be the design of your product. All right, on these emails. When you send them, you put pictures on the email that you send to customers to market. This, this is in marketing, they are called cold calls. Okay, these are people who do not know you, don't even know them. All right, but you find out that by the time you send out 5,000 emails over a period, it's very likely you might get responses from at least 50 of them, if not 500. Thank you very much. I hope you had a great time. So today, I want to ask you, who is your customer? Where is he or she or it, if it's an organization? Have you thought out a clear plan as to what your target market is? Have you decided on your buyer persona, the profiles of those you intend to serve or intend to sell to? Have you thought out the way you can get them? Have you considered the opportunity you can get from competitors' database? Have you considered the opportunities you have online? Even where you don't have enough money to pay. But if you have money to pay, you can pay for Google Ads and Facebook and Instagram. Above all, one of the cheapest, you can send email. You can send email. Doesn't cost much. I hope you have a great time. Thank you very much. Then I'll see you later in this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I hope you had a great time. I did have a great time myself. I did have a great time talking to you. These are just a few of the points I need to put together, mindful of the time. That's not all that you can do, all right? There are much more you can do to identify and attract customers, but I just put a few of them for your benefit, so that with that, you can have a good start point. You can go research more and you will do better. All right, please, I need us to go quickly into other important assignments that we have today. I am sure every student here is aware that your electronic ebook called Photo Montage is closing. Data collection is closing today. Is closing today. As at yesterday, this is the report we had from our database management. So I want to ask, skills like fashion design female, what is happening? Even though I am amazed that event decoration guys, those that signed did more than their number in their classes. But of course, I believe some of them went back when they got their tag number. Please, you don't need to feel twice, okay? You don't need to feel twice. Because we didn't give you tag number originally. So please don't feel twice. We will find a way of attaching your tag number to your submission, okay? So, but fashion design female, what exactly is the problem? Governors and PMAs, what is the issue? What is the issue? Hair making, what is the issue? Interior design governors and PMAs. Makeup artistry, your performance is not encouraging. I mean, painting and decoration, you're only 7 in that class. Only 7 in that class, and only 2 of you have filled it. What a shame. This is unacceptable. Pastries and cocktail, 64 of you in the class, only 30 of you have filled that form. Look at website design, 117 of you, only 60 have filled the form. Or what are you? Are people sending that information to us? Are you speaking to us? Are you telling us these are the number of people that we should anticipate to be graduating? I hope they are not. Painting design, for instance, is a new skill we have just introduced. Yes, many people might not have known the value. It's an awesome skill that I believe in the future, that we'll be able to do more publicity on them. Excuse me. Please, you have today, those of you who have not filled the form, you have today to fill the form, complete them. Please, those of you who have filled the form, don't fill another time, don't fill again, all right? Don't fill again, so that our system does not knock you out as haven't failed. All right, so please, that's the report. You also remember I told us that also effective today, another of our pre-graduation activities will be commencing. today. You remember? All right. So please don't leave the class yet. Please don't leave the class yet. Okay. Because yes, we're still talking. All right. Please, we're still talking. Okay. I told us that this is the one that will make me and you guys to enter the same trouser. And please, I beg you, by the mercies of God, I don't want us to fight. But I am not afraid of fight. I always tell students, I am not afraid of fight. If I don't get 100% of those of you graduating, filling these forms, I will not release the result of your class. So those of you who will ignore it, once this portal is down, in a few days from now, because there are so many activities that are coming up, please, these forms will not take you more than 3 to 5 minutes maximum. If you're a slow reader, maximum 5 minutes, you have completed this form. And please note that there are 2 of those forms you will fill. If you can see my screen, the first one is called feedback form. This one, we are asking a feedback on the administration of this program. This one is program administration feedback. That's number 1. So after you open this, when you click here, it will take you to a place. It will take you to the form, all right, like this. It will take you to the form. And can you see the form now? You are expected to fill the form, all right? After you have finished filling this form and submit at the end, please go back. Can you see? Go back. When you go back, it brings you to that same place where you started from. Then go and do your second evaluation, which is faculty evaluation. Please don't be in a hurry. Incomplete record to us is no record. Incomplete form filling is no form filling. So the first, we want you to evaluate the program administration, and 2, evaluate the faculty that taught you. Okay, on the second one, you are expected to just click on your skill. When you click on your skill, it opens up to you what. Let's click like let's open a bread making, for instance. When you open, you see now to open things specific to bread making. All right, the facilitators of bread making is different from your facilitators, and here it is just to click back. Just click. Which of them is it? Are you evaluating? Now here, we evaluate the facilitators clearly explain the course content. If the answer is yes, how far? Unsatisfactorily, fairly, very good, or excellently. You click. That's all. Individually, you have 2 facilitators per skill. There are only 2 skills where we have 3 facilitators. One of them is fashion design female, and then the next is fashion design is makeup artistry, because we actually have support facilitators. Since we have new facilitators that are there, they are just learning so that they'll be very effective next time. So when you complete this one, then you submit, you can then clear the form and move out. All right. Please remember, you have 2 forms to fill: program administration and faculty evaluation. All right. Thank you very much. I believe also that those of you who missed out on our activities, by now they should have shared it on your platforms. We have deadlines, okay? Those of you who are yet to submit your assignment, you're running very, very, very late, okay? Quickly submit if you have any assignment you have not submitted, please make sure you submit them today latest, all right? So that you can face your capstone project squarely. And that one also has a deadline. Once the deadline expires, because your facilitators will evaluate your work and send us reports. Those of you, and once we have the report from database management that shows that you were indeed in the class. All right, we'll match them, and then decision is made as to whether you're graduating or not. All right, so usually how do they do it? After your evaluation, the facilitators will recommend, yeah, this one is graduated. The same thing with database management. This one, it's optimized. Your attendance was optimized. All right, so if there's a disalignment, if your attendance is optimized and you did not graduate, there's nothing we can do. But if you're graduated and they said your system was not optimized, then we will query to find out what happened. Maybe some of you, your system was not, your attendance was not optimized because you were stubborn. You refused to change your name. And then a day or two of your attendance are appearing in system-based thing. We reluctantly will look at it and see where we can help you. All right? Some of you will just spend your result and send it to you 2 weeks after as a sanction for your disobedience. So please, you have all the time you have now. All right? Go check your daily attendance that is posted on the platform. Check it where you have an issue. Resolve it with your PMA. Because the moment classes end tomorrow, our last assembly is tomorrow. And then you enter your class. After that, everything you're doing, it is now you and your faculty until we meet on the graduation ground. All right? But please, that's not the end of it all. We still have information that we'll be sharing with you guys every time, every day. Thank you very much. I believe the information I have given today are well understood. We have encroached 4 minutes into our class time. You can now see the importance of us starting early. I hope it's a great time. I hope you had a wonderful time today. So I pray that your class today, this will be the best. Today will be the best you have ever experienced. Enjoy a graceful day. Thank you very much. Okay, some of you are asking questions, please. Any question you ask, we don't have time to answer them. All right, and we don't know the class you belong. Please, you can send that question to your PMA so that we can respond to you through your PMA. Thank you so very much. That's about today's class, about today's business management skills training. Thank you very much, everyone. PMAs, and you can open the platform. Facilitators, thank you very much as well. We see you in class. God bless.